Well, my list didn't come through. So when you sent out, for some reason, I could not open what my list was. But really, I know I can I'll email you later and tell you there's only now that I've gone, probably 3 or 4 people on my list.
Okay.
All right. You want me to tell you very quickly?
Sure.
Because you've got them.
If they're in the database, yeah, that's great.
Okay, the Averys, Kelly and Michael Avery, Avery.
Okay.
Terry and Michael Smook.
Is that Smooke?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Michelle Cook, Cooke.
Okay.
And Marty and Barbara Frankel. That's Frenkel.
Marty and Barbara Frankel. Okay, good. And they're in the database.
But I can tell you right now, I don't think I'm going to bring in maybe 1,000. I mean, probably about 1,000 or 1,200. That's all I can do now that I'm gone.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. Okay.
And I might want to I need to send a note to Michelle. I just donated to her charity, so I'm sure she'll donate. But I need to send her a personal note. So either send me the invitation and I'll send it on to her. But everybody else knows about Magnolia.
Okay.
And they've contributed before.
Okay. All right. So we'll figure out.
But Michelle owes me, which I don't have many O's anymore. That's what happens.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. All right. Looks like, let's see, more people are coming. The meeting doesn't start till 11:30. So we started the Zoom early. So just so people can come on and get ready and test stuff. So
Okay.
hello, Lauren.
I'll be right back. Hey, dog, let's go get her. Come on, come on.
Nice kitchen.
I'm just gonna take my video off for a minute.
Okay, yeah, the meeting doesn't really start till 11:30, so.
Okay, cool. I'm probably gonna have my video and my sound on mute until it's time for me to go on, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool.
Hi there.
Hello.
Kathy. Kathy.
Hi.
I'm in Santa Fe.
How are you, Jane?
I'm in Santa Fe. You know that, right?
Yes, but it's like you're here. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, though.
Yeah. Well, we love that you stay connected with us, so that's great.
Always.
Thanks, Jane. Hi, Anne. Sherry. Amy, look, there you are.
Yes,
Hi,
hello,
Amy.
Kathy.
Hi.
Here I am at the office.
Yep.
Trying to get the camera in the perfect right position. There we go.
It's
That's better.
nice to see you. Thanks for all your planning and coordinating and everything and patience.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear a lot more from me this week because we have a lot more,
Yeah.
more details to work on.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
So Jane, how's Santa Fe?
Truly, I adore almost every day. And I see the sunrise and the sunset. I
Aw,
have a little puppy, so I'm out watching the sunrise and the sunset from my home and mountains, and it's peaceful. There's not sirens going off every 2 minutes, and
the air
Yeah,
is clean.
I'm on 3 acres of land, so I've got lots of space.
Fantastic.
And
That's
it's
great.
great. It's great.
That's wonderful. And the air is clean, right?
The air is very clean. Yeah. Yeah. I'm finally setting up my studio to go back to painting, which was so big for me. Before I came back to LA. So
And what do you like to paint?
go on my website, janelevant.com.
Okay.
We
I
also have
blog.
we have one of your beautiful paintings in our last magazine. Jane.
Who's speaking?
Kelly, Sergeant, me.
Oh, hi, Kelly.
Hi.
That's great. Hi, Beth. Hi, Alexander. Hey, Trudy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How's everything going?
It's going.
It's going. You getting out a little more?
Hey, not for anything fun, so.
Oh. So hopefully we get a few extra people at the meeting today.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like,
It looked like more people signed up.
yeah, which is, sort of the normal attendance at these Zooms. One of these days, we're going to be back in person.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, I would think now we could really, as long as everyone's, we say everyone has to be vaccinated, do it on the patio, but now the cold weather's gonna come. So then I don't know if we'll be able to use the patio.
Yeah, as long as it's not raining, we could.
Yeah. Yeah, so. So are we basically doing the luncheon the same way as last year?
Well, virtual,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but
But you guys brought in a lot of money last year doing it virtual, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully that'll happen again.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other groups I belong to and everyone, you know, that was hoping to do it in person. Concern and Women's Guild and whatever. I think they're all going virtual now.
Mhm.
So.
They did, they switched their plans, huh? Women's Guild is not doing the outdoor thing?
Women's Guild actually, I think is. Concern switched to virtual.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think I did get a thing from Women's Guild and I think they are doing something at a hotel in Beverly Hills or something.
Yeah, on the roof. I was surprised
Yeah.
that they didn't back off of that, but
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what kind of turnout they get, you know?
yeah, well, it's outside. I mean, I feel like at least if it's outside, you require people to be vaccinated,
Yeah.
so. Hello,
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Hi. how are
How's
you?
everybody?
Great.
We're hanging in.
I love Alexander wearing his mask, but obviously he's in the office. Masks on Zoom is pretty funny.
Alexander, let's see that ponytail. How's it progressing? Oh my gosh.
It's legit, Alexander.
It's still just, it's a once in a lifetime. So once it goes, it's not coming back.
It's very cool.
So anyway, yeah, although it's, boy, it's tough. I have to say, sleeping and like the hair comes around and it's like hot and it's like all these experiences that I've had. It's up now always. Anyway, I digress. I'm sure you all can relate.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to our world.
Anyway, yeah, it's cool.
So who's Amy?
Here I am.
Oh, hi, Amy. I'm Kelly. We met last time, right?
Yes, yeah, I was
Okay.
on the last meeting, yeah.
Okay,
But
nice to see you. Thank you for helping with that new member. We were going back and forth. So
Is she joining us today?
I don't
Yeah.
think, Amy, go ahead.
She said, yeah, she said she couldn't make it today. She said ordinarily, you know, she thanked us for the invitation and thought it would be something she would like to join, but she already had plans.
For today, but I
Yeah.
think she's definitely interested in coming back. Now, had she been a member with us in the past?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was back in like 2010 or 2012, so it's been a while.
Okay.
Right. And then she had some personal health issues in her family and stuff, so.
I don't remember her at all.
I don't
either.
I don't either, Beth, and I think I joined 2012 or 13. I don't. I'm sure if we saw a picture. But she seems really lovely. We were just going back and forth on text. She left me a couple of voicemails and apologized for not connecting and just said, go ahead and send me the
Materials.
materials and application and I'll fill it out. So could be
That's good. Great.
good connection.
Yeah, good.
And then I know Kathy, you wanted to talk about if she were to pay dues now because dues.
Well, yeah, I mean, we
Okay.
should look at when it happens and what it happens and, you know, let's see. We won't put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
Hi,
I just-
everybody. Patty.
Hey,
Hi.
Patty.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Are you
Hi.
back home, Patty?
I just got home. Yeah, just got home. Thank you. Made it in time.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, guys. Nice to see everyone here. Who else is here? Oh, we got a lot of people.
Who are we missing?
Hello. Hi, Alexander.
Hey, Jan.
Hi, Kathy. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Jan. Hi, Judy.
At some point, I just want to do a couple screenshots when we have as many people as we're gonna have too. That would be nice.
So we're missing Shelley and Nancy.
And Linda,
Shelley needs she can't find the Zoom thing, so I'm gonna send it to her when I find it.
oh, here, I'll send this to her too.
Can you send it to Shelley?
Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
And who else? Who are we missing? Anybody else? Oh, yeah. So Linda David is going to join, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll send her, she should have it. Okay, I sent it to Shelley again.
So you guys all have the new date for the virtual event?
I don't.
November 10th.
Amy, you sent it to Shelley?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jane, you're still getting the emails, right?
I get most of them. Sometimes I don't. It's very funny, very weird.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Kathy, did you say that the luncheon is November 10?
Yeah, the virtual event. Mhm.
Oh, really? Was there an email sent about that?
Yeah.
For some reason, didn't get that.
Hmm.
So it's not October 10 anymore.
No, it was supposed to be October 13th and then it got moved.
Okay.
yeah, I
So
sent
you
everybody
guys-
their list and then the note about the date.
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, I sent everybody their lists and then, here comes some more people.
Yeah, and it had the date on there. So
Yeah.
That's
You
what
all
I get.
haven't-
I'm reading it carefully.
you all haven't gotten your mailing lists? You better let us know if you haven't.
I've gotten the list. I just didn't read about the date. I just thought it was the list and I didn't read it carefully.
Hmm.
Sorry, guys.
No problem. Who else?
Sorry.
Shelley got it.
I was on mute and I was talking to Amy.
Hello?
Amy, can you hear me?
I just sent it
Yes,
to you.
oh, here, sorry. So Linda is coming in.
I think I emailed it to you.
I see Randy and Sherry Tuckman. Hi, guys.
Amy, I think Jan was referring to her list as well. I didn't see anything attached. When you sent mine, it just had my list and there was no information attached. I don't know if that was in a separate email.
It was.
It was in terms of date and whatnot.
There was a note, you know what?
It
let
was
me-
sent out on
send it
September
again.
14th.
Yeah,
Amy, I have a copy. It was sent out on September 14th and she wrote, "Dear Magnolias, we're getting ready for the luncheon." All the details and then the list. But she separately sent out another email
With each list.
corrected list, and maybe that's where people are getting confused, Amy.
yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you.
But our Kathy is getting
Shelley's
honored.
having trouble getting on, so she'll be here in a minute.
The link.
I just sent it to you again.
It's not working. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Hi, Linda David.
You didn't get an email from me?
Nope.
Shelley's not getting our emails. Let me try and text it to you.
Patty,
Yes.
you are correct. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys.
So many.
Got it.
Okay, got it. Okay, she got it.
Oh, now she got it? Okay, good.
Hi, Linda.
I see Shelley's threatening to come on. There she is.
Got it. You're muted.
Was
You're on.
Nancy the link again?
Okay, am I good now?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh. Hi,
Hi,
guys.
Shel.
Sorry, I don't know what,
Hi.
I couldn't find what. How's everybody?
Hi, Shelley.
Hi.
We're
How's
good.
everybody? Hope everybody's well in this crazy, crazy time.
Still crazy, still hearing of cases.
I know. It's like, it feels like it's ending, but then you hear of the cases and you have to be vigilant again. So we don't know.
Exactly.
Like we've all had enough. I don't want to.
Enough Zooms.
Exactly. Exactly.
What'd you say, Beth?
Said enough Zooms.
I know.
More than enough. So should we, it's 20 till,
Yeah.
should we start? Cause Trudy, what time do we expect? Is Lauren expecting
I
to
think-
start?
Did you say 11:50, Amy?
Yes. Yeah. She has
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Thank you for organizing, all of you. Thank you so much for everything, really.
Sure.
Thank you.
So the main agenda, maybe the only agenda item is about luncheon and what's going to happen around that. We were talking about stuffing envelopes, but I guess that can't happen. So, and probably you guys wouldn't be that interested in gathering to do that anyway. I don't know. But it is November 10th and it's going to be virtual. The program, I don't really know much about it, so I think I'll let Shelley talk about it. I'm an honoree.
Congratulations.
Happy, yay. Well deserved.
Well
Oh
deserved,
my
well
God.
deserved.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
What a perfect segue. First, before we start, Linda, our condolences to you for the loss of your mother-in-law.
Oh,
I'm really sorry. I know that you guys were all so close and tough, huh? How are you guys all doing? First, to take a second.
I think I'm okay. Like, I'm sad, but I'm okay. But I worry about my husband, and so we're doing.
Was
what we
it
can one day
sudden?
at a time.
Was it sudden?
So yes and no. Like, I think over the last year, she's sort of been tired, sort of really tired. The last couple months have been pretty good though. Like, she's been going out a little more, and then she died peacefully in her sleep, and there's such a blessing in that. So
Hard on everybody else though, because they didn't expect it probably.
it is. It's the best thing for her. Hard on everybody left behind for sure. So yeah, one day at a time right now. That's it. But thank you.
I'm sorry.
looks
It
like
was-
you have your four-legged friend keeping you company, though.
I do. It's actually my daughter's dog, and I'm afraid if I don't put him on my lap, he's going to start barking. So this is
Well, show him off.
Oh, what a
Aw.
cutie.
He's
Aw,
a blonde
so
dachshund,
cute.
blonde, long-haired dachshund.
Wow.
Also looks like the
Beautiful.
face of a golden, I
Yeah,
almost-
it is. He's
Golden.
like a golden with no legs.
Right. Michael's trying to convince me to get a dog all through COVID, please. And I keep saying, no way, no way, no way. But it would help. Anyway, does everybody know everybody? Does everybody know Amy Campbell? Kathy, before we go into luncheon, you want to introduce some of our new people here that have joined us?
You're muted, Kathy.
Oh,
Kathy's muted.
Kath,
Okay.
our new director,
You know what?
Beth, kind of taking over a little bit for Magnolia. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words here. Go, sorry.
Wait, I didn't hear the first part of what you said, but anyway, I think we've met these people, but so Amy, where are you, Amy? Oh, there you
here
are.
I am.
Yeah.
Red.
Amy's become our go-to person for all things Magnolia, and she's doing a great job jumping in with both feet. And thank you.
Thank you.
And where's Anne is in there somewhere. There's Anne. And what's your title?
Director of Development, I think.
Director of Development.
Yes.
So she's there, part of the team for us, and always involved, it seems, when I see all the emails. So So thank you. What should people contact you about, Anne?
If you have anyone that wants to make a gift, so Amy is more focused on special events and all things special event related, where I'm focused on the money and the donations and all that kind of, that side. So if you have anybody that wants to make a gift or wants to know more about Tower or anything like that, you can send to me. If it's event related, that's generally going to be Amy.
Speaking of money, and perhaps you'd like to introduce or have Amy introduce the rest of the team that has joined us.
Oh, okay. So Money is our, as he's waving down there, our new database person. And we have great things for him to do. We are going to re-enhance our database. We have dupes and things like that that we need to go over. And I'm beginning to start an annual giving program, which will be coming up in 2022, and focus more on a major gift program in addition to the events that we're already doing. So we're trying to create a pipeline for donors that give like $500 and less to be more connected to us, to be able to steward them, to keep them in the pipeline, to make them feel happy, and have them be our little ambassadors that go out and talk about the great work that we do here. So that's all new things. We are have our new branding strategy coming out in 2022. So we're just going to roll everything into one, and it'll be a great year.
Thank you. Yay. Okay. Well, going into that, now I'm going to get to the lunch, which, as Kathy said, is November 10th. And being what we've all been through for the last, I guess, what is it, a year and a half or even longer, before, you know, I think it's about a year and a half. And just, we thought it was just a perfect year to just focus on gratitude and just be grateful that our foundation has survived all this, number one. And unfortunately, cancer still goes on and patients still need help and still need some of the services that we provide, and obviously still need tons of research to save lives. So we thought about a way to just say thank you to those people that really make a difference in the lives of cancer survivors and in our foundation. And we are honoring, now that Kathy spilled it out of the bag there, Kathy this year for all of her work that she's done from the very beginning of the Magnolia Council. She was there I remember very quietly sitting there helping to stuff envelopes, and surely, you know, in a short period of time, like 12 years, she went up the ranks there and really devoted a tremendous amount of time. And Kathy, you've made an amazing impact on where we are today. Not only for she's the best editor ever. Yeah. We have less mistakes go out because of her, but really your passion, your devotion, you drop everything, you're always there. We can always count on you. And it is a volunteer position. So it seems so appropriate to honor you for all your time. So
that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That is our gratitude to you as a volunteer.
Thank you.
Well deserved. We are also honoring Dr. Alice Chung, who is a breast surgeon. Where would we be without our doctors? She specializes in benign and malignant breast tissue. She's very well known, very wonderful, very accomplished, and thank God for her. We also would like to honor our donors. And as a representative of our donors, we are honoring Pam Clough this year, who has probably been at numerous luncheons, always with an open pocketbook, always giving generously, always acknowledging what we do. And without people like her, where would we be? So we thought that was also an appropriate person as a representative of all the wonderful donors that we have, that allows us to go on and provide all the services that we do. And last but not least, our famous Magnolia House instructors, who are the best. They're the ones that really make a difference in so many people's lives. You know, I have to share something. This year in particular, I've had so many people reach out to me with daughter-in-laws and young people that have had cancer. They don't know where to turn. They don't know who to talk to. And it's been such a personal pride to be able to tell them to call the Magnolia House, to speak to someone, to get what they need, to find people that are going through the same things that they go through. And it's just, it feels so good to be able to offer something. And, you know, the Magnolia House is really something really special and very unique. So the instructors help make it what it is. So again, we thought that it was appropriate to honor them. So we just wanted to say thank you to all these people that allow us to go forward and allow there to be hope. So that's our luncheon on November 10th. I hope you've all looked at your list, gotten your list together. I hope you start talking about it with your friends, because you know it's going to be virtual again, because we made the decision that we don't know what's going to happen. You know, it seems like it's getting a little better and then it pulls back. Who knows what's going to happen in the fall? And we decided that we really didn't want to put anybody in harm's way. So it will be a virtual luncheon, but we do need your help. We need you to be our ambassadors and start talking about it, because we need to raise that money. And I hope we will be at the same number we were last year. And I always hope more. So does anybody have any questions or anything about luncheon? I think I covered it all. Anybody else want to add something? Amy, is there anything I missed? Linda, Kathy?
Quick question, will it be a short luncheon like last year, just about an hour?
Yes, I think
Okay.
with virtual, we want to keep it that way, don't you think?
Yeah,
Because,
or less.
yes,
And we suggested to let everyone know that, because I think more people will join us if they know it's a shorter time period that they have to allot.
Absolutely, yes.
I have a question for stuffing. Randy Grant.
hi, Randy.
Hi, honey. Would you like to do it at my house in the backyard stuffing for a week?
You know, I don't know, how did everybody?
I would love that 100%.
Outside.
Everybody,
Backyard, I would love
I
that.
would do it outside. As long as everyone's vaccinated.
I have 4 tables. I could do 15 people at a time. Does that work?
I don't know, then we'd have to get, you know, there, it does raise logistical problems that maybe the office isn't so, that it makes it harder for the office. I mean, there was some talk about if people want to personalize their lists, then we would let those individuals pick up their lists and manage mailing themselves. I don't know.
I think outdoors is just a little iffy if you get weather that's less than ideal. I think we have to commit one way or the other, though.
I think.
I don't think you can do it half. We're either all in or all out on it.
And
So-
I also think if we do in-person stuffing, it has to be done at the office. That is a lot of materials to transport back and forth.
Right.
And I think that we'd be much better off if we, you know, wanted to use the patio at Tower.
Yeah, that.
Again, outdoors
I have
makes
a
me really
question.
nervous.
Could we do the patio and maybe get one of those, not a tent, but you know how they have those 4 poles with like a covering because it's very sunny? I don't know how, don't know exactly, but how much that would cost.
I have
that-
one.
I
Do
have
you-
one.
I have one too.
Nancy,
That would-
you're muted if you're trying to talk. Nancy Mishkin, you're muted.
We have umbrellas on the hi, everyone. I just got in here. We have umbrellas on the patio. So we really don't we, Linda?
We have 2 umbrellas that are easy to move about, I believe. I think it depends on the time of day. I think the sun is moving. The outside area upstairs is very windy. And I think, look, I would like nothing more than to gather the magnolias together. I think there's some camaraderie and we all miss each other. But I think our patio is not an ideal location. So it comes down to the conference room where things can be like organized. And then it comes down to how many people would feel comfortable sitting indoors and keeping their masks on indoors. in the conference room.
Well, and
let's
the
take a vote. How do people?
question, wait, the question is, let's just make sure we're looking at this. The benefit of doing it in person rather than the mailing house is the camaraderie of gathering in person. Is that right?
Yes.
That and
And the personal
easier to
notes.
personalize notes.
Right,
Yeah.
Would
but
make
isn't
the
that
difference.
also an option for people who want to do the personalized notes?
Yes, so if Amy knows in advance who would like their invitations so that they can personalize a note, we can pull them out of the list. Yes, that is an option.
I
Does
don't know.
everybody understand what Linda's
Are
saying?
comfortable going inside with masks. I mean, I imagine I don't want to speak for everybody. I imagine we're all vaccinated, but I don't know how people feel still being indoors in a close, vicinity. I don't know.
And I think we'd really have to manage the number of people in that room because in the past, we've been really crowded in there and I don't think we want to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
then
if
we're
you
gonna have
don't
to
do it
limit-
with, if you don't do it with a large group, the amount of time it's going to take is obviously greater. So, I mean, look, I'd love to see the Magnolias. I'd love to bring you all back into the office and I miss all of you. I miss the hugs. I miss the camaraderie. I just don't know about the timing.
What about the room where they do the exercises? It's an enormous room and it has windows.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. Is
You
that
are
an
correct.
option? Is that an option?
We could set up stations in there for sure.
And open the windows?
Those windows don't open, but we have doors that we could open. Not when
How does everybody feel about that?
You could spread out more.
It's a huge room.
Yeah. And I would say everybody would need to be vaccinated if they're coming into our office and they would have to agree to wear masks.
I'm comfortable and I like to send out a personal note. I know Amy, you're on there. I'd be happy to come in. I'd be happy to do shifts, whatever it takes. I'm comfortable coming in. I'd like to send a personal note because I think I know there's some people on my list that get the invitation, don't realize it's myself being involved and throw it away. So I think it's important to put a personal note in.
I think wherever possible, a personal note does make a difference, Patty. I totally agree.
I agree with the personal notes.
I agree.
I don't think we're gonna get enough people to come in to do that. And then the burden of the rest of the mailing is gonna be on the office.
I'm
For
happy
the
to
few
take
of
some
us.
home. I'm also happy to take some home. I have no problem doing that either. Like
I
whatever
have a
you-
problem. I really have a problem when people start taking invitations.
Yeah, I know, I hear you.
No, I agree. Should we just all come by and pick up little cards, do our notes at home, drop our notes off, and then the office can assemble everything together?
But if you were going to take your notes,
No, no,
home,
no.
we would
Your
just give
invite.
you the invite and
Exactly.
stamps.
Yeah,
Also,
you know
we had
what?
our
We
own
don't
invites.
notes, we don't handwrite them. Usually the notes, if you remember correctly, are done on, the computer just does them. So I think it's more work that way because they have to divvy them out, remember who's got them, bring them back.
Right.
The
I
notes
think-
can be a simple thing. They run it on the computer, they look at the number and those are the 12 I think it's more complicated.
I think though that a computer generated note without a personalized little note or signature, like mine had like the generated message. And then I would always write like, hoping to see you there, Linda, I would handwrite something on them. If you're just inserting a card, I don't think it has the same impact. And I think Kelly or Patty or whoever is willing to write a note, we'll package everything together. So all you need to do is we'll give you the stamps, the inside, the outside. We'll package everything together so you can do the mailing on your own.
All the elements.
Happy to do
I
that.
thought you were not comfortable with that, Linda. Let me stand
I'm
corrected.
not comfortable with absolutely everybody doing that. I am comfortable with those responsible individuals who promise that they're going to actually mail their
Okay.
invite.
Patty, one of the ways you can, if you put your name above the return address in the front of the envelope.
Oh, that's a
see
great
who it's
idea.
From. They'll
I'll
see
do
who
that
it's
too.
from.
That's a great idea.
That's,
I
So,
yeah.
that's not to
does-
say you shouldn't write a personal note.
Oh, I'll
They
do both. I
certainly
think
won't
both
throw it
is a
away
great
if they see
idea.
your name there.
Did
Yeah.
I'll do
a
both.
mailing house do the stuffing and everything last year? Or did the
Yes.
office staff?
The mailing house did 100% everything for us, except if somebody specifically said, I think Nancy may have wanted her invites, but 95% of all the invitations were done by the mailing house last time.
And a lot of them didn't make it.
I don't know that that's true.
I didn't get mine. Right,
Nancy never
Shelley?
got it. I had to show it to her.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
I don't think
got
a
it.
lo-
I got it after the fact. Shelley had to send me a copy.
I don't think a lot of people didn't get theirs. I think that the postal service in general is pretty crappy. And I also think when you do nonprofit rate, you end up not being able to get any returns back. So you guys can make those choices.
Okay,
I
we
just
have to
think-
organize this a little bit better. I don't see any organization here. If people take their envelopes or they take their note cards and their envelopes and they can drop them off at the office, there can be 4 people sitting from Magnolia's on the patio, in the boardroom somewhere and put them all together. Somebody
don't-
has to be in charge of this.
No, I think what we're in charge of is creating a package so that people can mail their own if they want to put in their note cards, as opposed, I mean, if they want to write their note cards and give them back to us, but then let's say Kelly has writing a personal note, Dear Jack, then we're gonna have to make sure that that Dear Jack gets into the Dear Jack,
It's too hard.
envelope.
It's too
It's
labor
easier
intensive.
If Kelly
Yeah.
wants to do her notes, God bless her, and we would love that, and we would set her up with everything she needs.
Okay, all right,
And my
got you.
feeling is we have everybody who wants to do their own makes an appointment to come in, pick up their invitations, pick up their notes, and that the mail house does the rest. I think
Okay, that's
I
the only.
agree.
that's
I
the only-
agree.
we're jumping the gun this year on.
I agree.
house.
I agree with you. As
I
much as
agree.
we'd like to get together, I
Right.
think at this point, it's just too many people will be uncomfortable. I think it's half.
And
to
if
be honest.
people don't show up, then, like I said, the burden's gonna be on the office.
Right.
So to sum it up,
All
Linda,
right, so what's the decision?
okay. Am I on
did
mute?
I,
What-
Kelly,
what
do you
I-
want to say something?
Yes, what I would like to do, because my list is a little extensive, if I can have, and I'll confirm this with Kelly or with Amy, or I'm not sure, if I can have a computer generated one,
Uh-huh.
and then I will just sign, hope to see you there without a name on it.
Okay.
So, and then you can just stuff them in any envelope.
Okay, so then for Kelly, because she has a large list, if you just want the note cards to sign your name, that's
Yes,
totally cool. And you
No,
can
I'd
either
like-
take them home or
Great.
come in and sign.
great, perfect, thank
But I'll
you.
let you coordinate with Amy.
Great, I'm done, thank you.
So,
Yeah,
the-
you were easy.
yeah, so basically, if you want to insert a note of your own, which we love, coordinate with Amy. And coordinate with Amy ideally by the end of the week so that we can organize our list and make sure those who want their people will be separated out of the main list before it goes to the mail house.
Perfect.
When are we planning on mailing these?
2 weeks.
These will, originally we had said the last week of September, but it might be the first week of October.
Okay,
By the way, those notes are very, very helpful. I encourage everyone to write a note because it's very helpful when somebody looks at the invite.
Right. And do we need to, in the past, I think we've been sent what the copy on the notes is. Maybe Amy, I hate to add to your burden, but is it possible for you to send us what the versions are of the computer generated notes?
Yes.
Thank you.
It should be in last year's file, Amy.
Right.
There's usually well, here's the thing, there used to be 2 versions, whether they were coming as your guest.
Hosting, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like now we're down to like.
Make it
1.
simple.
Yeah.
I think it might be also nice to,
Guys, I know our speaker has to leave by 12:30, so I
Oh.
think we need
Okay.
to either start and.
Okay, we can do that. I
This
just
at
want
the end
to,
of the budget.
just one thing about those notes, Amy and
point.
Linda. I think we might need to rework, tweak the language a little because it's
Okay.
not about hope to see you there.
yeah, include something about we miss you or
I'll work with Amy on the note. We'll
Yeah, and
come up with
Kathy,
something
yeah.
concise and we'll pass it around.
Yeah.
Great.
Great, thank you, guys. And thank you, Trudy, for bringing our attention back to our speakers.
Can I do a
Thanks.
picture? Can I do a screenshot?
Okay, do
Can we
quick.
do that, everybody?
Good luck.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take one now. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me just make sure I have, yeah, that let everybody.
Kelly
looks
still has her
good.
hand.
Save. Oh. Wait, shit. Hold on, we gotta do it again. I'm sorry. God, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, we gotta do it again. I'm sorry, everyone. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Good enough.
Wait, yeah.
You only get 3 tries,
There it
Alexander.
is. There it is. Save.
Okay,
I know, I'm
Trudy.
sorry, people. We'll do
Thank
one more.
you.
Let's do one
Yes.
more.
Oh,
All right, sorry. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, everybody. That's it.
thank
Great.
you.
You guys are awesome.
Okay, Trudy, we're so fortunate to have Lauren Haas speak to us today, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Trudy, to do the formal introduction.
All right. So yes, we're very excited to have Lauren with us here today. Lauren's a certified holistic nutrition and lifestyle coach. She advises both private and corporate clients on how to eat right and live a healthy lifestyle in a holistic but realistic way, and specializes in whole food nutrition and cooking to tackle weight, skin, nutrition, and other health issues. Through her WOW method, she incorporates many different dietary and health theories, as well as life coaching practices to help people reach their optimum health and energy levels. And today, she's going to do a superfoods for super women presentation and a chocolate avocado mousse demonstration. Welcome, Lauren. We're excited to have you.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's actually good to be back. I did a presentation, I want to say like 5 years ago. I've also gone to the luncheon maybe 5 times. Randy Grant is a very, very dear friend of mine, and I have had the honor to sit at her table next to her mother, who we all love so much and miss. And one year I actually met one of my closest friends at the luncheon, Vanessa, who has become so close to me over the years. And I actually have an even deeper connection with Tower Cancer because my aunt had nasopharynx cancer, and Dr. Hamburg and Philomena took care of her for 15 years. I also had a client last summer who I took care of through her chemo treatment. So I sent her food once a week, twice a week. And then another client of mine was also diagnosed with breast cancer maybe 5 months ago. So I supported her nutritionally and emotionally and mentally as well through that process. So very full circle to be here today with all of you. And I'm very excited to present my absolute favorite superfood dessert. So we're gonna make avocado mousse, and then after that, I'm gonna go into a presentation. And then Manny is gonna be in the chat room. So if you guys have questions, please feel free, because I'll check in with him and then I'll answer them as we go. Okay, so super simple, delicious recipe. I sent out a packet of recipes that included a bunch of superfoods and the ingredients, but I thought it would be the most fun to do chocolate, because who doesn't love chocolate? And who doesn't love avocado? So I thought it was a perfect recipe to share with you. So easy, easy. I use a bullet blender because I'm making a smaller batch. If you're making a huge, so when I do dinner parties and I have to make a huge batch of it, I'll use like a big bullet blender. So easy. All you're gonna do is we're gonna take, I'm just gonna use 2 avocados. The recipe I sent you calls for 3, so I'm gonna make a smaller one. And I actually am gonna end up putting melted chocolate chips in it because my husband prefers it when it's not so healthy. So I'm gonna put those in, which you can too. I have to tailor my food to his needs as well. So 2 avocados, Does everybody know how to take a pit out of an avocado? No? Thumbs
Show
down.
us the technique.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the screen down a little bit. So there's our avocados. So, can you guys see? It looks a little scary, but it's not. Watch your fingers. Right, so that's it, super easy. I'll do it again on the other pit. Okay, can you see? And then it just pops out. So you hit it and then you just twist it. So that's super simple. So we have our little, let me turn the screen up so you can see. Okay. So basically what you do is you take the avocado, you put it in your, either your bullet blender, or you could also put it in the Vitamix. Whatever blender you have is gonna work fine. You want your avocados to, you don't want them to be too mushy, because then your avocado mousse tastes like a little bit like guacamole. So you want your avocados to be like right in that perfect firmness where you can cut slices. And if they don't have super ripe avocados and your avocados are a little bit hard, you can actually just add a little bit of almond milk to it or whatever. I use non-dairy milk. So if, you know, whatever dairy, non-dairy milk you want, you just put that in. So avocados are in, super simple. Cacao powder. So I like this brand Navitas. You can get it, I've seen it all over at all the grocery stores. Most of these products you can also get on Amazon. So I do a lot, especially during COVID. The amount of Amazon boxes that came to our house, I mean, there were probably like 5 boxes that showed up a day. And my poor husband's like, what are you buying now? I'm like, don't worry about it. What else do you need? I'm like, don't worry about it. So a lot of my products that I use for cooking, you know, I get on Amazon. So you're just gonna put in some of that. And this is different than hot cocoa powder. So hot cocoa powder will have sugar added to it. This is just the straight cacao beans that are then turned into powder. So we'll put that in. Then we're gonna put in, I'm using vanilla bean. So I buy vanilla bean powder on Amazon. You can use extract if you want to. For this recipe, I prefer the vanilla bean. If you are gonna use vanilla extract, I recommend using the ones that are glycerin based instead of the alcohol based, because you can taste that like sharpness from the alcohol. So you're just gonna put a little bit of that in there. Then I put stevia. So this is also a glycerin based stevia instead of an alcohol based one. This is by New Naturals. So you can use this. You can use maple syrup. You can use honey. I wouldn't use white sugar. I wouldn't use any type of a granulated sugar, but some type of a liquid sweetener works really well. So that's this one. A pinch of salt. And then we're gonna put in, so this is just melted organic semi-sweet chocolate chips. So that's gonna go in. You, like I said, well, actually in the actual recipe, there are no melted chocolate chips in, so you don't have to put in, it honestly does make it taste more delicious, I'm not gonna lie. But if you are really watching your sugar, even though there's not a ton of sugar in that, you don't have to add it. Okay, so that's all in there. And then the last thing I am gonna do is I am gonna add a little bit of the almond milk, because these are a little bit on the firmer side. So a lot of the times when I cook, there's gonna be things, and in my recipes I'll make notes, or if I'm giving a presentation, I'll tell you like, okay, add almond milk if you're finding that it's too hard for the avocados to get going. And if it's not, then you don't need it. So we're just gonna put a little bit in there. Okay. And then you put it in the blender. And it's kind of like an avocado smoothie, but it's not, it's like kind of like making a smoothie, but it's not going to be as liquidy. So it's going to get loud for a second. So I'm going to mute it so it's not too disruptive. So basically, because it is thick, I pointed to the almond milk and told you to add a little bit more. So what you have to do, so that's what it starts to look like. But while it's blending, I do recommend just kind of pushing everything down and stirring it so that all of the avocado gets blended evenly. Does anybody have any questions? Questions? No questions? Okay, great. So we'll blend that. So, and you can see that it's slowly, if you have a bigger blender, it's quicker for sure, but you can see that it ends up looking, I'm gonna blend it one more time. But you see how it kind of looks like pudding, right? So we probably just need one more quick blend because there's a little avocado in there that needs a little more blending. And then what you're gonna do is once it's all blended, you're gonna put it into two. This is probably more than 2 servings, this is probably 3, but you can put it in like 2 or 3 cups. I just made this the other night for a client and I go to their house once a week and the husband, he's, trying to drop some weight and he has a sweet tooth at night. So I made him this, which is super low sugar. And he's told me that it has been helping him so much instead of going for like unhealthy things in the house. It's really helping him. And it's very rich, right? So you don't need to eat that much of it because it is avocado, which is high in good fats. The chocolate is super, super rich as well. So it's nice because you don't have to eat like a ton of it. So the thing with superfoods, I'm going to blend this in a second, but the thing with superfoods, which I'll explain when we go into our presentation, is that superfoods are foods that are super high in nutrients. So they're dense. So you don't have to eat a ton of them, to feel satisfied and to get the amount of, nutrients and vitamins as you would something that is a little bit more processed. Give it one more blend. And then so this is what it looks like. And then what you do is you're going to take 2 glasses for this amount, right? 2 little glasses. And then you just scoop. I didn't scoop it very pretty. You scoop it in. You can also pipe it in to make it, to make it more perfect. So you put it in like that. And then what you do is you top it off with, I'm topping it off with blueberries and pistachios because I love them. And blueberries are a superfood, which we'll talk a little bit about. I'm sure you all eat them. So there's one of them. And then all you really do is you just put a few blueberries and a few pistachio nuts. And it's actually a really pretty, really simple. I mean, that took me how long, right? So say you were having, after COVID, say you have a party for 10, 12 people, right? You can make a huge vat of it and it'll probably take you 20 minutes versus a cake, right? Or something else. And it's healthy and there's no refined sugar. So it's a really healthy alternative to serve. And I've served it actually at a lot of dinner parties for clients and people. I did a dinner party a couple of years ago and everyone there was like, they were all huge foodies and they've all known me for years. And I presented this dessert and everyone, I didn't tell them what it was. I was like, oh yeah, it's chocolate mousse, like whatever. And they all were like, this isn't really chocolate mousse, but it's really good. Like, what is it? And then I eventually told them. And to this day, I usually, with that group of people, they always want that dessert. So it's kind of become this like little famous dessert for them. So hopefully you will all make it and enjoy it. And the other thing that's really great is it'll double as a frosting. So if you make a really healthy cake, you can actually frost your cake with it and put it in the fridge and it firms up. So it's really good. It's you can use it in lots of ways. And yeah, let me know if you guys make it.
I just want to say that this is definitely pointing up a big problem with Zoom, because in person, we'd all be getting a taste.
I know. I know. I did a full cooking class for one of the private schools. I can't remember which one, but I did a full cooking class with like a dinner, like a salad, an entree, a carb, a vegetable, and everyone was like, I'm gonna be honest, like this kind of sucks. And I'm like, sorry guys, you know, so, but hopefully another time we can do something in person and you guys can eat my food.
It looks so yummy. It really does.
So with that being said, I'm just gonna pull this forward.
I have one more question. So you'd make it ahead and then just refrigerate it and serve it cold, or you have to let it get back to room temp?
So, okay, what happens when you start, so let me show you. Let me just grab another little testing spoon. So if you serve at room temp, it is more like a pudding, right? It's really good. If you put it in the refrigerator, it'll firm up and it's more like a fudge. So that's why it works as a frosting too. So it just kind of depends. You could put it in for like 30 minutes and it's not going to get super hard, right? But it'll chill a little bit. So that's really up to you. You can experiment. Yesterday when I went to my client's house, it had been in the fridge. I went Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday. What is it? Is today Wednesday? Tuesday? 3 days. All the days blend into one, I feel like right now. So it was like day 3 and he was eating, him and his son were eating it and it was much firmer and it was more like a fudge. And they said to me that they actually like it both ways. You know, so it really just depends on kind of what you're in the mood for. So the great thing is if you're having like a really big chocolate craving, you can eat it automatically, right? And then like in 20 minutes, like you're good or even less. But if you're, you know, having a craving and it's in the fridge, you can also eat it, you know, when it's chilled. Any other questions? Okay, cool. So I'm going to quickly do a share screen and we're going to go through my superfoods presentation. And let me get that going for you guys. Give me a second. Okay. Can everybody see? Can you guys see it? Cool. So superfoods. So I had mentioned earlier, what are superfoods? So superfoods are nutritionally dense foods. When we think of superfoods, many of us think of like strange foods, right? Spirulina, goji berries, chia seeds, these things that you can't, now we're so lucky that we live in Los Angeles, right? We can find really anything. But for most people, they hear superfoods, like, I don't even know what a goji berry is. Where do I get one? Right? So what I have learned over the years of doing this is that superfoods are already in your home, right? Everything I showed you, like cacao powder, which is chocolate powder, avocado, any type of a non-dairy dairy milk, salt, vanilla extract or vanilla bean. A lot of these things we already have in our home. The blueberries. We live in Los Angeles. We are so lucky that we get produce the way that we do. Pistachios, right? You can find pistachios anywhere from, I don't know, all the way from an Erewhon to, you know, your little local grocer. So they're very easy to find. And we eat them because with a little bit, we get a lot of energy. And I'm somebody who really thinks about high quality foods, right? Not having to eat like a ton of food to get the energy and the nutrients that we need. The other thing is a lot of them reduce cortisol, right? Which in turn, you know, if we reduce our cortisol, our inflammation goes down. We're all trying to reduce our inflammation. We're all trying to reduce our cortisol. So these foods are great additions to your diet to help reduce your cortisol and reduce inflammation. A lot of them also calm down the brain. They're full of vitamin D. So it'd be like folate, there, B6, B9, all of those things. Some of them will even help produce serotonin, which we know calms us down. They also boost our immune system. So many of them are high in antioxidants. So what I just made you with the chocolate is high in antioxidants, right? So it's really nice. It'll calm you down. Avocado, we'll get into in a second. So avocado, it helps calm the brain down, right? So if you look at an avocado, it looks like it has a brain in it. So there's, right? And I kind of look at foods and I go like, ooh, that kind of looks like like walnuts. They look like a brain. Oh, well, guess what? They kind of help your brain, right? So what's interesting about foods is if you look a little deeper, you can see these correlations between what they look like and how they affect our health. So avocado is high in B6 and high in B9. Like I said, it helps with our brain. I eat avocado probably almost every day at this point, whether it's in a salad, I put them in my smoothies. Sometimes even if I'm making like a warm dish, like I made like a forbidden black vegetable fried rice with salmon. I just put some avocado on top and I kind of just like mashed it in and it worked. So it's really versatile. And, a lot of us think of avocado as a savory food, but as I showed you, it can also be sweet, which is great. And the thing I also love with avocado and smoothies is it'll add some body to your smoothie. So your smoothie is not so liquidy, right? Asparagus, another one that we can find. Asparagus tends to be a bit seasonal, but in LA, we can find it. Asparagus is high in B6. And what's great is things that are high in B6 help produce dopamine. And I mentioned earlier, that some of these foods help create dopamine, right? Which has a calming effect. And just a few stems of asparagus, you don't have to eat a whole bunch, but a few stems is actually going to give you 2/3 of your needed B9, and which is also folic acid, and that helps combat depression. So I have a client who was dealing with depression, and her doctor actually prescribed B9 folic acid to help, make her feel better. And she said within a couple of weeks, she felt a lot better. So it's a superfood that we see all the time. And it's on a lot of menus too, when we go out to eat, or now if we're ordering in. Blueberries, they're everywhere. I actually like, for smoothies, I like to use frozen wild blueberries. They're smaller and they have a bit more, I find, more flavor than when you use like a fresh blueberry in your smoothie. So high in antioxidants, that helps reduce cortisol. They're also really great for your immune system. So we love blueberries. Cinnamon, I eat cinnamon every day. So I make muesli every single day for breakfast. That's like been my thing. I've been on that for about 6 months. It might change next month, but that is my go-to breakfast, where I do cinnamon muesli. I soak it in almond milk and I add cinnamon, a non-dairy Greek yogurt by Kite Hill, which is unsweetened. And I put cinnamon and I put vanilla powder in it too. And the great thing about having cinnamon first thing in the morning is cinnamon actually helps reduce your blood sugar, right? And when we reduce our blood sugar, we reduce inflammation in the body, which, like I said, we're all constantly trying to reduce inflammation because it helps us be healthy. Questions? Oh, also with cinnamon, look for Vietnamese or Ceylon cinnamon. That's like the real cinnamon. So that's the ones that I recommend. I would take note on that one, not just, any run-of-the-mill cinnamon. You want the real stuff. Dark chocolate, we talked about it. Dark chocolate is, it's high in magnesium. So if you ever, because I work out a lot and then I'm a chef, so I'm constantly like sweating in the kitchen, right? Because I have literally like a physically hot job. I find that sometimes after, a really heavy work week, I don't get restless leg, but I get these like almost like spasms or like cramps in my legs. So I either will take, I do probably eat chocolate a couple of days a week, but I also take something called Calm Powder, which is high in magnesium, right? So it helps with inflammation. It helps with the leg cramps. For those who, the other thing that's great is you hear women say like, oh my God, I'm PMSing, I need chocolate. Well, what they're really craving is, yes, a little sugar because you're tired, but also the magnesium. So something, when we menstruate, we lose magnesium. So our bodies like need to, our bodies are like telling you like, hey, I need chocolate to, to refuel the magnesium. Questions? Cool. Eggs. Eggs are everywhere, super easy. Balancing your blood sugar. I had mentioned that cinnamon helps balance your blood sugar, right? So does eggs because of the protein. So eating, not overly doing the protein thing, but eating just enough protein, with your meals, whether it's like a lentil, like a plant-based, or some type of an animal product protein. Protein helps balance your blood sugar. Are there any questions? I hear somebody. Okay. The other thing is eggs are high in, again, B6. They're also high in B12, so more B vitamins, which we need for so many functions. And they're also, eggs are high in choline. And I had mentioned things that look like, like for example, eggs have a brain, right? The yolk is kind of like a little brain. It's good for your brain. So don't dump out the egg yolks because that's where the choline is, and that's where really the B6, the B9 and the B12 is. So the egg yolks are really important. There's a whole nother discussion about cholesterol. If you're worried about your cholesterol, there have been studies that, eggs are not necessarily going to give you high cholesterol, but just kind of watch it. Like too much fat can raise your cholesterol, but a lot of it is genetic. So you kind of have to just watch it on yourself. Like I have clients that have high cholesterol that when they have eggs a couple of days a week, it doesn't affect them at all. So eggs are great, and buy organic eggs. Honestly, buy as much organic as you can. I say, especially with the animal proteins, you really want to buy organic. Garlic. So garlic is antifungal, antimicrobial. It helps keep us healthy. Okay. You can cook with it. You can kind of put it in any, obviously not an avocado mousse, but you can put it in any savory dish. I cook with garlic all the time. Garlic and onions tend to be a base of most of the things that I make. I start with that. So garlic is really great. Garlic oil is a product that I like. I don't have any right now, but there's a product that is literally garlic olive oil. So it's olive oil that has a garlic flavoring from real garlic. They slowly simmer garlic cloves in olive oil. So that's a fun product too to use. Walnuts. Again, they look like your brain, right? Walnuts are really good for you, really healthy. They're so satisfying. The other day I was running out to go have lunch with somebody. So I live way west. I live up in the Palisades, far away from everybody. And I had to drive to go meet a girlfriend for lunch. I knew I wasn't going to eat probably for an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 by the time you order. And I grabbed a handful of walnuts and it kind of satisfied me. Walnuts are also great for helping lower blood pressure. There was a study done that walnut oil specifically helps lower blood pressure response to stress. So, they say like stress will kill you. Well, stress does a lot of things. It can elevate your blood pressure, all these things. So walnut oil on salad is really delicious. You don't cook with it, but like putting it on salad, or like if you finish, salmon with it or something like that, that's a really great product as well. And then salmon, wild salmon, do your best not to buy farm raised. So, I think right now you can get pretty good wild salmon. I think we're still kind of in salmon season. And then, then salmon season goes away and the salmon isn't as great. There are products. There's a company called Northwest Wild Foods that does a really beautiful job vacuum packing and freezing the salmon, and it's wild, so you can get it year round. And it comes in like little 6-ounce portions, so we use that. A lot of clients use it. So that's a really great thing when salmon season leaves. So salmon is great for you. And then turkey. So I put turkey on here because it is high in tryptophan, which is not going to like put you to sleep. Like everyone's like, oh, after Thanksgiving, I'm so sleepy. I'm like, no. After Thanksgiving, you're so sleepy because you've probably eaten way too much food and you've been talking for 8 hours. So it's not because you ate a little turkey. you have to eat so much turkey to be like exhausted from the tryptophan, but tryptophan does help calm us down, make us feel better. And again, it's something so easy to find, right? You can, like, I think Applegate makes great organic sliced, turkey. You can find turkey year round at your local grocery store in the hot food section. So that's another great thing. And it's a protein that'll help balance your blood sugar. Even like for breakfast, a few turkey links, that's a great option, in the morning. So I love turkey. I'm a big fan. I think it's a pretty versatile food too. You can put it on a salad, you can have it for dinner. If you don't want to buy a huge turkey and make a huge turkey for your family or yourself, you can just buy like half a turkey breast, right? And they're probably like, I don't know exactly how many pounds, but it'll feed you, 3 or 4 times. So that's a great option if you want to roast your own turkey breast. Are there any questions?
I have a question about chocolate.
Yes.
Is there any benefit to chocolates other than dark?
They're all going to have antioxidants, right? But the lighter they are, right? The closer you get to milk chocolate, the more sugar and more milk and more, things like that are in there. But like, if you like milk chocolate, eat milk chocolate. It's fine. I'm not saying only have dark chocolate. I'm just somebody that really likes to watch the amount of sugar in products and in, my clients' diet. So that's why I recommend using dark chocolate. But eat your milk chocolate, Kathy. It's okay.
Thank you. I have permission. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I like to if I just need a quick snack, it's like I'll do like roasted almonds, full almonds. Like, should I be reaching for walnuts as opposed to almonds?
No, almonds are great. They're also, they're technically also a superfood, right? But, I think having variation in your diet is so important. So like maybe you do almonds, you do walnuts. If I opened up my pantry, you guys would see it's like, whoosh, there's everything in there. But yeah, almonds are great too. I didn't put them in here because, there's been such an almond craze for so many years. I'm like, let's give walnuts a little chance. Any other questions? Another question. Okay, cool. So let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, right? There's this beautiful dance between doing things naturally and doing things with Western medicine. I believe in both, right? I'm here saying like use both really to support your wellness and your health. But the more you can nourish your body through, via food, the healthier you're going to be. And I have seen that with myself. I have seen that with my clients. I have seen that with my family, and it's an amazing thing when you start to really like tap into your health and really start to eat healthy food, and you will see such a difference in how you feel, how you sleep, how you look, your attitude. So holistic nutrition is not really just about what you eat, right? It's really about everything, from your sleep, your water, your relationship with people, and food. I find so much about food is like, it's that catalyst that really helps the rest of our life, be in peace and harmony. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for listening. I'm so sorry you were not able to have the chocolate mousse, but maybe it'll inspire you to, Instacart some avocados and everything else and make it for yourself this evening or this weekend. So thank you all so much.
Lauren, thank you so much. That was really great.
Of course, it was so fun. So good to see everybody.
Wonderful.
Thank you. If you guys, I believe my email is on the packet with the recipes. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. There's a bunch of recipes on my website. And then I don't know if you ladies and gentlemen use Instagram, but I post new recipes more frequently on my Instagram. But they're all there for you. And I hope to be in touch. And I hope you have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much. It was really useful and practical, so appreciate it.
Of
Thank
course.
you, Lauren.
You're so welcome. Bye, everybody. I'm going to run to my client.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
I think it made us all hungry.
It's lunch, right? It's lunch.
It's lunch, exactly.
Well, that was great. Thank you, Trudy, for
Yes, great idea.
organizing it.
Thank you.
All right.
So guys, before we go, were we finished on what we needed to vote on or talk about or anything? Were there more questions or issues anybody wanted to raise? No? Are we good?
I think.
So the invitations are already made, you said, Linda, and they're already
No,
ready?
no, they're not finished yet. The previous
Okay.
donor letter is just going out this weekend. And then the invitation's going to print either the end of this week or beginning of next week, and then they'll go out the following week.
Great, great.
So
Well-
we should, by the way, I'm happy to help rework that note card if Amy, if you need help or whatever. And so what should we do? Communicate with Amy if we want to pick up our own batches?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be great.
Amy, this is Patty Stein. You have my list already, and I'd love to do personal, so count me as a yes.
Great, okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Stay
All
well.
right.
Thank you, everybody.
So thank you, guys. Thanks for hanging in with our Zooms. I really appreciate your participation and support. So,
And hopefully next year we'll be in person.
And
Yeah.
congratulations, Kathy.
yeah.
Linda, our heartfelt condolences to you and your family. So sorry to hear the news.
Thank you.
Thinking of you,
Thanks so much.
of course. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Kathy.
Bye.
All right. Amy, I'll be coming into the office in a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right,
I'm just gonna grab a quick bite and then head on in.
okay,
Yep. Look forward to see everybody.
okay.